Peter is going to talk about an app that tracks everything you do in its in-app browser on today's Not So Critical update.
Thanks, John. This is so this is more than one app. When you're in an app and you click a link to a web page, a lot of the time it will load the web page inside an embedded browser, so you don't actually leave the app on your mobile device. It doesn't like launch a copy of Firefox or Chrome or Safari or whatever and then open the page. This is called an in-app browser, an embedded browser. So some research was shown this week or last week, which showed that. So what happens when an app loads a browser like this is it gets a lot more control over how the browser works, and it can do things like inject JavaScript into a page or track the activity and intercept traffic and all sorts of things. And some research was published that shows that TikTok and Instagram and some other apps are doing exactly this. They're putting tracking code in every single page. They are actually sending keystrokes to another server. And it was kind of shocking. I think I already knew about this, and I never really trusted the in-app browsers myself. But hearing it, spelled out loud is quite disturbing.
So this is in addition to the on-page tracking of the site itself.
Yeah. This is just Instagram putting a piece of code in every single page that you go to that tracks what you're looking at.
Yeah, which, like you said,
I got a bit lazy. Sorry. I was just going to say that I got a bit lazy in the last couple of years where I just do use the in-app browsers. Like if I'm on Discord on my phone, someone sends a link, I'll just use the in-app browser. And it's kind of, and I used to be very vigilant about copy link, open with, and then my preferred browser, but it just it's kind of scary. Not that I'm punching in credentials in-app browsers, but definitely something very, very scary.
The way to do it usually is click the link, and then there's usually I think it's except for Instagram, you can go open in your preferred browser. So the little hamburger or the three dots or whatever, and then there's an open in Brave or whatever link there.
But by then you've already loaded all the JavaScript.
Yeah, so the page that you're going to, they're going to know about, but then they would know about that anyway, since you're going to, when you use an in-app browser, it doesn't load any cookies from external. It's like a system view of the thing. So it also means that any configuration that you've done to harden your browser experience, like only open HTTPS pages, doesn't get copied across. So you might think that you're looking at it in Firefox with all your settings, but that's not the case at all.
No.
So if you've configured DLH or the SSL only pages or clearing your cookies after no third-party tracking, none of that's applied at all. It's all just however the in-app browser wants to be configured by the app. So the thing about this that I really don't like, apart from everything, is that what they were doing was using this as a way to get around App Store policies. So the App Stores have a policy of you're not allowed to do third-party tracking, you're not allowed to have ads displayed, blah, blah, blah. But because it's a browser displaying another web page, it doesn't seem to apply. It's probably going to be changed, but like that's what they were doing. They were using a loophole, which sucks balls, basically.
Yeah.
And Instagram and TikTok, who were the people that quoted in the research I saw, both said, "Oh no, we're just using it for debugging. We're not tracking." What? So we record, every keystroke that you type in, but we don't do anything with it. It's just
no. Or how long you stay on the page, or what you skip over, or what you read. Or,
none of that. Completely benign. Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. And there was a chart with like how different in-app browsers worked and the different levels of arseholery. There you go. There you go. Thank you, John. Mike is very well prepared here.
It was in the tweet. All I had to do was click the image.
I'm shocked. I am shocked that Snapchat.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're doing something else for sure. The other thing is that the testing that was done was not comprehensive. There were lots of ways to get around it. Using the latest version of the web view for Safari on iOS, you're not able to detect some of the stuff that's going on. They could be doing all sorts of other stuff. So yeah, I'm quite surprised that LinkedIn wasn't.
This is just a growth hacker's job, right? Is your job is to collect as much as you can and circumvent as much as you can of all the guardrails that have been put up for you to follow. You've been hired to figure out ways around this, and they'll keep. And it's just like with you, Peter. It's a game of cat and mouse where new walls will be put up, and the ad tracking list will just have to be updated, right, or whatever. So like,
it's such a cool job because then you get paid to do what you love.
Like you
really came from the heart.
Mike.
Just collect data. I love it.
Yeah, I know.
And I get paid for it. Oh yes.
It's almost like a company asking you to compromise your morals.
No compromise needed.
In this case,
I'm in.
With Mike, there is no necessary. Yeah.
No, you want me to hide in the bushes and track people that way?
He's fully on board with it.
I'm there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Scoot over, I'm in.
Shoot people with tracking darts as they walk down the street. Whatever it takes.
Drop an air tag in their pocket.
See, seriously, I don't think you would actually do the shooting bit, but you would love to get your hands on the data of someone who did that, wouldn't you?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Be like, yeah. Well, since we have the data already, it's already been collected. What's the harm in doing some analysis on their like?
Yeah, you make a really good argument, Peter. I like the way you think about this.
Oh God, I fucking hate it. When are we going to stop collecting so much data about everybody and everything? What are they going to do with all this? Like, God.
I don't know. Sell it to the government.
Yeah.
Oh, we have an interesting story about that. I think it's actually our next story. We're going to talk about the overlap between commercial surveillance and government surveillance.
Well, let's get to it then.
Yeah, so this will be tomorrow's episode, and the best way to get notified when it launches, if you're interested in just continuing the conversation, is not only to subscribe, but also click the bell icon so that you get notified when the video comes out, then you won't miss it. And then while you're down there,
click every day.
Yeah, every day.
Only once a day, though. Once a day is fine.
Once a day, yeah.
I tell you what, deal. Anybody who subscribes, I will invite you to send me an email once a day. Just tell me how you're doing, and I'll get back to you. Up to a limit of pgl@yoyo.org.
Oh, shit, you committed.
Just give it right up.
I have never hidden my email address, and I don't think I've got any more spam than anybody else I know. So
that's probably true. I don't even know how much spam I get
added to a list. Ugh.
Sorry?
One of my new emails got added to a list.
Well, it's over now.
It's like I was so clean for so long, and now it's dirty.
The one that has me going right now is the political contributions emails. Because I give a donation to one politician somewhere in the country, all of a sudden everybody in the party is emailing me. You mother.
I've only donated politically. I've only donated to the what are they called? The IFFF?
The
EFF.
The EFF.
Electronic
Electronic Frontier Foundation.
Yeah, those guys. Yeah, they ask me money all the time. Oh, and Wikipedia too. But the way Wikipedia does that, I kind of like it. Every time they send me an email, I'm like, "Fuck you guys! Here's another 20 on the house." Dirt.
Yeah, they're very passive aggressive. They're like, you don't have to give us money, but like, it really, it's, God, we rely on donations.
Please, Daddy, can you give us more money?
Yeah.
It's like, shut up.
Oh, all right, sweetheart. Okay.
I mean, it's the only service I feel bad about because how many years can you run without tracking me and no ads and nothing? Yeah. Of course, I'm gonna $20. Here you go. They're like $3, and I was like, $3.
I
don't sell yourself short, kid.
So when I went to Black Hat, I got my lanyard scanned by infinite number of companies, and it's really interesting to see the companies that just add you a one outreach email. Fair enough, I expect that. It's a corporate conference. Versus, you are now on our marketing lists, like all of them, and you're gonna get information about webinars, deals we're doing, surveys we need, follow-ups from Black Hat. What chances to win a prize? Just reaching out to see if your team needs anything. So great to drop by. Thanks for coming by. Jesus.
When I went to RSA with you a couple of years ago, I was on the hunt to get as much free shit as I could, and you had to scan your badge for that. So, and I went home with 3 bags full of shit. But what it cost me was my work email sanity, because holy shit.
Yeah,
the amount of emails and they don't stop. They're like, you unsubscribe, and they're like, hey, you forgot to unsubscribe from this one thing that we didn't tell you about. Jesus.
I was thinking that Gmail needs a mass unsubscribe option. It needs or an auto unsubscribe or something. I don't know. Just drop it in a folder and boom, it happens.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Because I have 88 unread emails as Black Hat to follow up on from Black Hat, which is actually less than I expected. There's one guy from Avocado Systems who I tweeted about who's like, take a breath, man. He sent 5 emails in the same day. I just, that's a bit too much. So there's 88, but I don't want. Thanks for following up, but goodbye. I just want a mass unsubscribe.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.